Hello, good day from wherever you are watching me. You're all welcome. My name is Chioma Odikulu. You're welcome to our session for today. Yes, so today we'll be having our book review. So say hello, say hi, say something. Let us know you are here. What are your expectations for today? We're going to have few minutes where we'll learn, where we can be better on how we can improve on ourselves. Yes, so we are here today. Yes. All right, welcome to every one of us. Good day. My name is Choma Odikolo. So today we're going to be having the second session of our book review. Now we'll be reading a wonderful book called Mindsets, and this is the book here by Carol Dweck. It's a wonderful book that has transformed our mindset and is still transforming our mindset. So if you're joining us live, if you're catching a replay, just say something in the comment section so we will know you are here. All right, so we'll move straight into the book review. So we'll be reviewing the second part of this book, which we're going to read chapter 5 to chapter 8 of this wonderful book called Mindsets by Carol Dweck. Now, in chapter 5, we are made to understand the mindset shift that changes everything. So, our mindset is what we need to change everything as parents, as individuals, as adults. Now, chapter 5 talks about mindset and leadership. So, if you're joining us, say hello, say hi, let us know you are here. All right, chapter 5 talks about mindset and leadership. And we are meant to understand that great leaders have a growth mindset. Great leaders don't just have vision alone, they don't just have charisma alone, but they have a great and a growth mindset. So are you a leader? Are you leading your home with a growth mindset? Now, a leader doesn't just say, okay, a leader doesn't just say, okay, I have everything figured out, I have the vision, I have the charisma and everything, and that is all. But a leader is someone that always think, how can I be better? How can I grow? How can I improve on myself? How can I empower others? How can I empower my children? How can I empower the people around me? That is who a leader that has a growth mindset is. And as parents, as individuals, we are encouraged to go around with a growth mindset in raising our children in everything that we do. We should always look for ways where we can learn to be better, how we can improve ourselves, and how we can empower others. Now, what's the difference between a leader or a parent that has a fixed mindset and another parent that has a growth mindset? Now, a leader or a parent that is leading with a fixed mindset is the leader that you want to be admired. So if you're a parent, you always want to be admired. You always want people to look at you and say, oh, you're doing a great job. You always seek for the validation of other people, of other parents. Just have it at the back of your mind that you're leading with a fixed mindset, not with a growth mindset. When you always want to protect your ego, when you always blame others, you always see the blame in every other person and you don't even see the blame in yourself, you're raising your children or you're leading with a fixed mindset. When you always avoid feedback, you're scared of feedback, you don't want anybody to tell you something, you don't want people to tell you on how you can be better or how you can improve, you're leading your home with a fixed mindset. When you fear to be wrong, oh, thank you, sir, the mentor dad is here. Thank you, my husband, for joining us. When you're leading with fear, that means you're leading with a fixed mindset. But a leader, a parent who leads with a growth mindset, is that parent that is humble to learn from their mistake, is that parent that is hungry to improve. You always want to improve. You always want to be better. You always want to look for ways on how you can grow, how you can, how you can add value, how you can be a better parent, how you can be a better individual. That parent that always wants to collaborate. You always want to collaborate with other people that share the same value with you, your coaches, your mentors, your friends, people around. You just want to collaborate to be better. That parent that always wants to learn. That parent that is not scared of failure. That is the parent that leads his or her home with a growth mindset. And that is what we should all pick. We should all lead our homes. We should lead ourselves, our children, and anywhere we find ourselves with this mindset of growth. Now, as parents, we are leaders of our homes. Yes, we always say leaders are the future of tomorrow. Yes, we are all leaders. We are leading in one area of life or the other. You're leading in your home, you're leading in your place of work, you're leading in anywhere you find yourself. So the question we should ask ourselves, are you leading with growth? Are you leading with ego? Are you leading with a mindset of improving or of being a better version of yourself? Or are you just leading with a mindset of, okay, this is how it has been. I don't need to grow. I don't need to improve myself. No. As a parent, you're a leader. So ask yourself as a parent, do you model vulnerability? And do you model learning in front of your children? Do you model vulnerability? Do you model that, okay, you can be vulnerable at times? And do you model learning in front of your children? Can your children look at you and say, my parents are learning, I would like to also learn. My parents are vulnerable, I appreciate the way they share their experiences with me. That is the question you should ask yourself. Do you take feedback from your husband or from your wife or from your children without being defensive? Or are you always defensive? Are you always looking at everybody giving you feedback as the one to attack? That is the question we should ask ourselves. Do you focus more on looking at the right things or looking at what you can do right? Do you focus more on looking at what can be improved? That is the question we should ask ourselves. And we should always remember as parents, the best leaders were not always the smartest. They were the most willing to grow. So as a parent, you are a leader, but what can make you to be the best in your field as a parent is when you have the willingness to grow, when you have the willingness to want to be better, to want to improve on yourself, on your skill and everything you have. So that is it. Then the next chapter we'll be studying, which is chapter 6, and it says mindset in love and relationship. You know, this book is a wonderful book. It's just encompassing. There are so many things we can look at from the point of a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. So today we're going to be learning, or this chapter is trying to tell us our mindset, the mindset we bring into our relationship. And we can have relationship, between a husband and a wife. You can have relationship between an employer and a boss and an employee, a work relationship. So we should look at it with an open mind. How can the type of mindset we bring into our relationship give us the outcome we want? Now, we must always understand that just like in careers, our mindset shape our relationship between a father and a child, a mother and a child, a husband and a wife. Our mindset is very key in our relationship. Now, someone that has a fixed mindset, we always say, if we were meant to be, it would be effortless. Now, someone that has a fixed mindset is the person that will say it will just be effortless. Everything in this relationship is just going to go effortless. I don't need to put in the work. I don't need to grow. I don't need to improve myself. But someone that has a growth mindset, we always say that love grows through efforts. So someone that has a growth mindset will always be intentional on how the person can grow. You always tell yourself that love grows through effort. Love grows through learning and resilience. So even in your relationship, even in your friendship, your relationship as a parent with your child, you always look for ways you want to grow. You don't just say, okay, I don't need to grow it because I'm a parent, or because I gave birth to this child, everything will work out. No, we need to bring in the mindset of growth. And it's this mindset that says, I need to put in the work to improve on my relationship with my child. I need to put in the effort. I need to go and learn. So as a parent, as an individual, are you learning? Are you improving and working on your relationship with your child, with your children on a daily basis? Now, fixed mindset will always say they believe their relationship does not require work. That is a fixed mindset. The mindset that says everything is perfect, everything is okay, I don't need to put in the work. The mindset that teaches that, okay, we don't need to, I'm going to just hide my conflict. When we have conflict, we don't need to talk about it. That is a fixed mindset. A mindset that avoids hard conversation, that is a fixed mindset. A mindset that just think, okay, I don't need to do anything. That is a fixed mindset. And when you bring that mindset into your relationship, it won't give you your desired result. But when you bring in the growth mindset into your relationship, it's going to turn around. And what is this growth mindset in our relationship? A growth mindset in our relationship is the mindset that sees challenges as great opportunities. So when you encounter a challenge, you don't say it is the end. When you encounter a challenge, face a challenge, you ask yourself, what can I learn? What can I pick from this challenge? What can I use, from this challenge that can make me to make a better, or that can help me to make a better decision next time? A growth mindset is that mindset that values communication. The mindset that believes that, okay, I need to communicate. I don't have to keep everything to myself or keep quiet or allow everything to just go by itself. I need to communicate. That is someone that brings in a growth mindset into their relationship. A growth mindset is always willing to learn how to be better, how to love more, how to improve on their relationship. So you can see that mindset is a lot. We can't do a whole lot of things without the mindset we bring in. So the question is, what mindset do you bring into your relationship with your child? What mindset do you bring into your relationship between a husband and a wife? So the goal is to bring in a growth mindset, because a growth mindset is that mindset that believes that you need to work on your relationship, you need to attend courses, you need to read, you need to learn from those that have gone ahead the same road as you. The mindset that believes that you need to put in the work, that is the growth mindset, and that is the mindset we are encouraged to bring into our relationship. Then chapter 7 of this book says, it talks about, okay, the mindset we transfer to our children. Are you the parent that is focused on praise? Are you focused on praising the result, or you focus on the process? Do you focus on the effort your child bring into anything they do? So we're encouraged as parents not to just look at the end result. Don't just wait till your child has gotten an A before you praise your child. Don't just wait till your child has gotten a good result, or your child has done 100% in that project before you now tell your child, oh, well done, my child is a smart child. No, rather focus also on the efforts. Learn to praise the efforts, not just the talents. So instead of saying things like you're a smart child, then you can begin to say things like you worked hard on that project, well done. Instead of putting a label on this child, you are smart, you're intelligent. That is when you do that, you're coming from the angle of a fixed mindset. But rather, when you focus on growth, you now begin to tell your things like, the effort you put into this project is commendable, well done. Now, we must also respond to failure with curiosity. Now, as a parent, when your child fails, do you shut down the child? Do you shout at the child? Do you yell at the child? Do you make the child feel like, oh, failure is bad, failure is the end? But we must learn to respond. We must learn to teach ourselves and our children that failure, there's something we can learn from failure. We must learn to respond to failure with curiosity. So when your child fails, or when you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this failure? What can I pick from this failure? What are the lessons for me? What choice or what decision am I going to make next time? What am I going to learn from this? And also, as a parent, do you encourage mistake as part of growth? Do you see mistake as an opportunity for your child to learn, or do you shut down your child? Do you make your child feel so bad when the child make a mistake, or do you even make yourself feel so bad when you make a mistake? The goal is for us to learn from our mistake. That is the goal. So a parent that has a fixed mindset is the parent that always praise. You overpraise achievement. You overpraise the achievement of your child. When you do that, you're teaching your child to have a fixed mindset. Or when you label your children, you say things like, my first child is the smart child and my second child is a shy child. When you do that, you're labeling your child in the wrong way, and you're teaching that child to have a fixed mindset, not a growth mindset. When you always punish your children when they fail, or you punish yourself, or you're not kind to yourself when you fail, when you do that, you're parenting from the point or from the angle of a fixed mindset and not a growth mindset. But the goal here is for us to begin to retrain and retrain and retrace ourselves and begin to do things better and begin to do things right. And when you start to do things right, that means you start to work from the point of having a growth mindset. And that mindset is the mindset that celebrates resilience, the mindset that celebrates the effort, the mindset that celebrates the work, the mindset that focuses on strategies, not just outcome. You focus on the strategy, you focus on the resilience, you focus on what your child is putting into that project. You're not just waiting for the outcome. The mindset that models that learning, failure, when you fail, you can also learn from it. That is the goal, and that is the mindset we as parents should go around parenting our children with. We must always remember that as parents, you are the first and you are the most important and powerful mindset coach your child will ever have. So you are the first and the most powerful mindset coach your child will ever have. So the question, what mindset are you putting in front of your child? What mindset are you modeling to your child? Are you modeling the mindset of growth? Or are you modeling the mindset of a fixed mindset? Remember, you are the first and you are the powerful, the most powerful mindset coach of your child. So you have to be intentional with the kind of mindset you're modeling in front of your children. Then the last chapter we'll be studying says changing mindsets. It's possible for us to change our mindset from the mindset of being fixed to a growth mindset. So it's not the end. If you've not been getting it right, if you've been unkind to yourself, if you feel, oh my God, I've made mistakes, oh, what are they saying? I've been parenting from the point of a fixed mindset. It is not the end. It is possible to still change from the fixed mindset to a growth mindset. So you're not stuck with your mindsets. Don't ever think you are stuck. Don't get to a point and say, I am stuck. There is nothing I can do. As a parent, don't ever get to a point and say, I am stuck. I've made a mistake. There is nothing I can do. You are not stuck with your mindset. Your mindset can be renewed. Our mindset can be renewed on a daily basis. Our mindset can be transformed on a daily basis. So don't ever feel that, oh, my mindset, my mindset has not been that of a growth mindset. I am stuck. No, your mindset can be improved. Your mindset can be transformed. Your mindset can be renewed on a daily basis. What you just need to do is to sit down and ask yourself, how do I move from point A to point B? How do I move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset? Because our mindset can be improved on a daily basis. Now, how can we change our mindset? How can you change your mindset to begin to parent from the point of a growth mindset? Number one, you have to be aware. Become aware. Become aware of the mindset you have on a daily basis. Become aware of the mindset you're carrying around on a daily basis. Catch yourself. So when you say things like, I am not good enough, catch yourself. Hold that thought there. Be aware that this is the thought coming from you. That is the first step for you to change your mindset. The first step is to be aware. The second way we can change our mindset to a growth mindset is to name the fixed voice. Give it a name. Name the fixed voice. Tell yourself, okay, I'm thinking this thing. It is not, it's not good for me. It is fixed. It's a fixed mindset. Name it. What is that thing you're thinking that is limiting you? Give it a name. First of all, be aware. Name it. Then the other thing you need to do is to replace that fixed voice with a growth talk. So you're stuck. Maybe you tell yourself, oh, I don't always get things right. Begin to replace it. Catch that thought there. Hold it. Then you replace that thought with a growth talk. You can tell yourself things like, I am not there yet, but I am learning. I am not there yet, but I am learning. Not yet, but I am going to get there. I have not been able to do this, but I am learning. I'll put in the work. So first of all, you have to be aware. Secondly, you have to name the fixed voice. The third thing you need to do is to replace the fixed voice with a growth talk. And the last thing you can do to change your mindset is to choose process over perfection. Learn to choose the process over perfection. Keep showing up. As a parent, keep showing up daily. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing up for your children. Keep showing up for your goals. Keep showing up. Don't look at the end result. Don't wait till everything is perfect. Don't say, I have to have everything 100%. I have to have everything figured out before I will show up. No. Remember to focus on the process over perfection. Keep showing up even when things are messy, even when things doesn't look like what you want. Keep showing up. Remember to praise the effort. The effort is as good as the result. So remember, you can become a more patient parent. You can work on your mindset. You can heal from the mindset you were raised with. Even if you were raised with parents that limited you, even if you were raised around people that limited you, people that had fixed mindsets all around you, remember, it is not the end. You can heal from a fixed mindset. You can heal from the mindset you were raised with. You can raise children who see effort. effort, who see failure, and who see process as part of a beautiful journey. Yes, it is possible. It doesn't matter how you were raised. It is possible to begin to change your mindset to a growth mindset. Even the Bible says in Romans 12 verse 2, he said, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So on a daily basis, we have to be transformed by renewing our mind. Parenting transformation starts with a mind transformation. Parenting transformation starts with a mind transformation. Everything you do as a parent, it starts with the transformation of your mind. So it is important for us to pay close attention on our mind or to our mind. So as a parent, some of the things you can begin to do, the action steps you can begin to take from today, not tomorrow. Speak growth language daily. Don't speak language of a fixed mindset. Speak growth language daily. You can tell yourself things like, you worked really hard on that. You worked really hard. You put in the effort. Begin to rephrase the voices, the mindset of fixed to growth. You can tell yourself that mistakes mean your brain is growing. Mistakes means you are learning. Mistakes means it's not the end. Tell yourself things like, I am learning too, just like you. I am improving. I am working on my journey. I am learning. Another thing you can begin to do from today to change your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is to model vulnerability. So when you are wrong, learn to say, okay, I am sorry. I know I'm going to do this better next time. Model vulnerability. Another thing you can do is to change the atmosphere in your home. Do you raise your children with this atmosphere of them just being focused on the end result? Begin to change the atmosphere of your home. Let your children know that you're not just interested in the end result alone. Let your children begin to understand that the effort, the process is as good as the end result. So begin to praise efforts. Laugh through failure. When your child spills water on the floor, laugh through the failure and teach your child. Don't be so serious and shout and yell and just change the atmosphere of your home. Laugh through failure because your home is a training ground. As my coach will always say, celebrate the process, celebrate the effort, celebrate the work your child is putting in that work, in that project. Consistency, celebrate it. Then lastly, speak daily affirmations of growth to yourself. You can tell yourself like, I am not a perfect parent, but I am a growing parent. I am not perfect, but I am growing. I am learning. I don't compare myself with anyone, but I learn. Tell yourself things like, I lead my child by example, not pressure. I lead myself by example, not pressure. Tell yourself things like, my mindset creates a legacy of faith, resilience, and love. The mindset you carry as a parent, it creates a legacy of faith, a legacy of resilience, and a legacy of love. So what mindset are you modeling for your children? That is what we need to pay close attention with, because our mindset is very important in everything we do as parents. Now, you may not control everything your child will face in life as a parent. We can't control everything our children are going to face in life. We cannot always be there with our children 24 hours, but you can shape how they face the situations, their realities. You can shape how they face things that happen around them. And it starts with your mindsets. The shaping, the modeling, everything starts with your mindsets. You are not stuck as a parent, remember. You are not too late to work on your mindset, remember. You are not failing as a parent, but always tell yourself that you are becoming. Always tell yourself and tell your child is becoming. Remember to choose a renewed mindset today. Choose a renewed mindset today. Choose the mindset of growth. That is a gift you should give to yourself, or we should give to ourselves as parents. We should choose a renewed mindset, a mindset of growth. Remember, our children, your children are watching and are learning from you. So what mindset are you going to model to your children? That is the question we should all go and sit down and ponder on. So that is it for me from you today. you know, this is the end. We've been able to review this book. Yes, we've been able to learn a whole lot from this book. We reviewed a part of it last week. If you were not in the class, catch a replay on our YouTube channel, The Renewed Parent Academy. Share this video with your friends, your family. Drop in the comment section, what did you learn from reading or reviewing this book with us? What is that one thing you're going to be doing differently? The summary, to always, for us as parents, to always have a growth mindset in everything we do, because our mindset influences everything we do as parents. So that is me. That is it from me to you. Thank you very much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. We're going to come in for our webinar. Just sit down, relax, grab a cup of water, and we're going to take 5 minutes or just a few minutes break, and we're going to come back and start our webinar. Thank you very much. Remember to have a good day and share what you're going to be doing differently with us. See you later and bye.